Hi there, good afternoon. I'm Sheila Maria and welcome to Lightworker Activations. I'd do anything for love, but I won't do that. So this is a little video to tell you a little bit about my story, a much more recent part of my story. And I want to talk to you about your true light working purpose. Now, I'm not somebody who's perfectly polished because I am a full-time clairvoyant medium and a full-time mum as well. And I have four beautiful children, one of whom has special educational needs. And earlier this year, I nearly lost her, which some of you will know. And my beautiful daughter is very, very clever. She's very, very beautiful. She's very, very mediumistic. And she picks up a lot of energy beings. She also gets affected by the energy of people, and it can really affect her moods. It can affect her autism. It can affect the safety side of things with her, and it is a constant learning journey to have her in my life. I also know that it's one of the main reasons I'm even here. So I want to go back 2 years, and this was when my beautiful daughter, who is now nearly 16, was in secondary school, and she basically kept getting excluded and she was branded a naughty child. What became obvious in the months that followed is that there was much more going on there. And during this point, I was going through a very difficult period myself. I had a lot of health issues myself. And I had a reading with someone who shall remain nameless. And this person told me that not only was I going to die very soon, but my daughter would die first. And that is what would take me over to the spirit realm. Now, I myself have always known that I'm not going to be here for very long, but to hear that about my beautiful daughter was really hard. And this person is a world-renowned medium, and she made no bones about it that there is nothing I can do. So without going into all of that and without making this about blame, my daughter's health then started to go downhill to the point where she lost nearly 5 stone of her overall body weight, and she was at the point of having a heart attack in March this year. And I would be working, training people, and as I was doing this, I was waiting for her body to come down outside the window because she was in such acute emotional and psychological pain. And with the lack of physical sustenance within her, her ability to understand the harm that she was doing to herself was very, very difficult. And she was violent to me as well. This was just part of how her symptoms manifested. I'm pleased to say she's now stabilised and she's doing very, very well, but she will always have her disability, and it is not a visible disability. So I'm not telling any of you this for any kind of sympathy or pity, but during all of this, I had to carry on working. And because I'm a trance channel, I leave my body an awful lot. And when I leave my body, I am able to recall the agreements that were made, the timelines that we have agreed to be upon. And I've had it confirmed for me that what that world-renowned medium told me was true. And you can imagine that every day when I show up to train other light workers, and I show up to help people through their darkest periods, at the back of my mind, I know that my darkest period is to come, and it's not far away. And of course I can be wrong. Of course that world-renowned medium could have picked up on my illness at the time. And I've had to get over my judgments of telling that to a mother whose daughter was very poorly at the time, because it is completely fear-mongering. But coming back to the purpose of this video, there are many light workers who believe that they are here to help others, and usually that is felt strongest when you have gone through a period of enormous loss or enormous transformation. And light workers have got such pure souls that they're so grateful to have got through it, that they really, really, really fiercely want to help others. Now, that is a part of waking up, because it is often accompanied by a period of heightened sensitivity, clairvoyance, phenomena. And what can follow after that, let's call it dark night of the soul, is a period of truly wanting to grow within yourself. Now, after that, things do settle down. And when they do, this is when you will be convinced that, well, where is everybody I'm supposed to help? I went through that, I woke up, I had all that phenomena. Who am I supposed to help? Now, when you come down from the high spiritual peak that you were on, this is when you're really beginning to carve out your soul path. And this is often the hardest part of awakening, because you're ready and willing to go help heal the world, yet your own healing has not yet been completed. Many light workers get stuck here. My guides call it, I must heal the world, I must save the world. And this is often, as we say, because you are so relieved to have got through that difficult period that you really, really want to do some good. Now, the issue here is that your path comes from the shadow part of you, that knows pain comes and goes, and comes again and goes, and comes again and goes, because with every cycle of pain you contract. Once you've contracted, as in childbirth, you expand. Light workers often sense that huge changes are coming, and that many of them are going to affect those we love and those we wish to protect. And what we want to do is we want to avoid that pain coming again. So we think if we hang on to the light and we make everything about love and light, that the pain won't come again. Yet the truth is, at some level, we are always safe, because we are walking the path we designed with each other and for ourselves before we ever came into this earth. And what's important to know is that everyone plays their part, whether it's a small part or a big part. Everyone is a light worker in some way. Now, to call in your true purpose, you must not be using love and light as a way of ignoring something that's going to constrict you and then expand you. So getting back to the story I told you of something that I have to live with every day, there are times when I will get a phone call from the school, or I will hear that something's happened, and all that fear comes back. And I know what I know, that it's going to be hard. And I know that it's not going to happen once or twice and never again. It's going to happen for the rest of my little girl's life and the rest of mine, until our cycle comes to a close, because that's what we agreed. And knowing that, I am willing to do whatever it takes for her to achieve whatever she wishes to achieve on earth. And that might mean I have to see her destroy herself. It might mean that I go through some very tough things. I know it might affect the rest of my family. It might affect me and my husband. I hope not, but there are no guarantees. And it is from that place of pure fear of losing my child that the darkness is the greatest, and yet so is the light, which is where I say I'm willing to bear any pain I must bear, even if I lose her. I will bear whatever I have to bear. I will do everything I can do for her and for myself and for the collective, knowing that that's ahead of me. And it's that commitment to your growth that allows your aura to expand and your radiance to be realized. But where many, many light workers get stuck is they refuse to tackle what scares them the most. And that is because a lot of you do sense your plan involves losing someone from your life. And many of us have already lost a lot of people. Sensing that there are things that you cannot prevent. You may also know that your purpose is linked very, very deeply to what scares you or what you struggle with the most. And for me, that is the loss of a loved one. And what I want to say to you is, it makes me know how precious life is and how much I want to savor every opportunity I have to grow for however long me and my beautiful girl are here. So calling in your true light worker purpose cannot happen unless you are willing to face whatever worries or scares you the most and then deal with it. Are you prepared to do that? If you are, I would love to hear from you. I am offering an 8-week program called Lightworker Activations, where we are here to help you to get unstuck in those areas that you're struggling with the most. It might be a relationship area, it might be a financial area, it might be that your gifts have plateaued. And usually when something is not moving forward, it's because the energy of something else is forcing you to stay where you are until you've tackled it. And once you've tackled it, or once you've begun to tackle it, your gifts, the opportunities, your abundance, everything starts to come in. So I have got direct experience with this. I have been training light workers since the year 2001. And in Lightworkers Activations Level 1, I will be teaching you alchemy. And alchemy is the ability to change your timeline through transforming the energy of spirit. And this is part of the powerful work I do. So I would love to help you call in your true light worker purpose. And I only have 2 spaces left. If you would like to come and have a chat with me, do contact me via my website at sheilamaria.com. For now, we love you, we believe in you, and we know you can do what it is you really came here to do, even if you don't want to. Lots of love. Goodbye for now.